Yeah, let's talk about Israel. Why do
Sure.
you believe it's a genocide? Why do you believe it's a genocide? Yeah.
Why do I think it's a
Yeah, yeah,
genocide? Well, besides the fact that, we know that 60,000 people have died, right? That roughly
Right.
60 to 65,000. That's what the official number is.
Yeah, how many of them do you think are Hamas terrorists?
A fraction.
What do you
Even
do you
as
think?
well,
Give a
even
number.
Israeli documents internally said about 83% of the people that got killed are civilians.
That's not true.
It's Israeli
That's
documents,
not what the-
declassified Israeli
that's not what
documents that
the-
leaked.
That was not what the Gazan Health Ministry is saying. They're claiming 20,000. Yeah,
The Gaza Health Ministry is saying what, 20,000?
20,000.
20,000 what?
Hamas members, contributors, whatever.
Okay, so that means 40,000 innocent people died
Sure.
then by your numbers.
Yeah, that's
You think
one
that's
to-
appropriate?
It depends on what you mean appropriate. It all
Okay, so
depends.
let me get
I don't.
this
I don't think any civilian death is good death. Always, obviously, I think it's terrible. Wars are not moral. They're completely immoral. I'm totally against them happening. But claiming that in modern warfare a 1-to-2 ratio is completely terrible and out of the talks is crazy to me as well. I'm totally against any civilian death. Obviously.
Okay, so because here's the thing, even if we use, because the reality is going to be hundreds of thousands that are dead when this is all said and done, because there's bodies under the rubble, that doesn't account for the people that were pulverized and completely, dissipated when they were hit with the bombs. It's going to act, when this is all said and done, there's going to be hundreds of thousands that die. But let's go ahead and go with the conservative estimates. You're saying 60,000 died, and you're saying roughly 20,000 of them were Hamas, and you're saying the other 40,000 were civilians.
I mean, I could claim other things, right? But sure,
Okay,
I'll go
well-
by the Gazan Health Ministry.
Well, even that is
Yeah.
unacceptable. 40,000 innocent people dead.
Tell
Because
me
here's
any other modern war that happened that had less civilian
Well-
ratio casualties.
okay. So so by your definition then, or by your logic, that means that Hamas are better than the IDF.
How so?
Because when they went in and killed the 1,200 people, which by the way we know that a lot of them were killed by the IDF.
Yeah.
With the
We
Hannibal
can talk
Directive.
about that.
By your logic of you saying like, oh no, 20,000 combatants while killing 40,000 innocent people is great ratio. Then by that ratio, then the Hamas is better than the IDF, because we know 1,200 died on that day, right?
Right.
We know roughly 400 of them were IDF, which means enemy combatants. So that leaves us with roughly 800 or so that were civilians. But you can then make the argument, well, are they really civilians? Because everyone in Israel has to serve in the IDF, so are they combatants or not? But let's go ahead and assume that they're civilians. So 400 were active duty, killed, so that leaves us with 800. We don't know how many were killed by the IDF versus Hamas, because we know that a lot of people that died were killed in a manner that was far too sophisticated for Hamas to do, because Hamas doesn't have Apache helicopters with Hellfire missiles.
Okay,
That's
I
a fact.
Okay,
and we
so
know that the Hannibal Directive was activated on that
Sure,
day.
sure.
So the IDF killed a whole bunch of their own people.
It's just conspiracy, completely a conspiracy.
There's
I have
literally
plenty-
thermal
okay.
images of them shooting at
Yeah,
people
sure.
at the
that's just not true.
at the
But okay.
festival.
Listen, I have people that I know that have been there that day at the Nova Festival, right? That did not happen. I was in the military. I served in the Israeli military. That did not happen. You can claim that. That's a complete conspiracy.
Okay, so your position is the IDF did not kill
They did
Israelis on
not.
that day.
I mean, you could claim that something happened with Crossfire. That could have happened like anything, but no, not
Well,
on purpose.
it-
There's no Hannibal Directive. That's just not a thing.
The
that
Hannibal
happens.
Directive isn't real?
It's a thing that people claimed in the 1990s, and it's not something that's been used ever.
Okay, so explain to me why Yoav Gallant admitted on Israeli television that the Hannibal Directive was absolutely activated on that day, and it should have been activated in other areas on top of that.
He just did not say that.
Yes, he did.
No, let me see that.
He didn't say
Go
that?
ahead, pull it up. No, I don't know. I don't know anything of that happening.
Okay, let me find it right now for you.
כשאתה רואה את השיירות חוצות את הגדר עם חטופים ישראלים, גם לשאול מה עובר לך בראש, וגם נוהל חניבל זה משהו שאתם חושבים עליו באותו רגע?
נוהל חניבל, רק נגיד, הנוהל שאומר לירות על מנת להרוג כאשר יש רכב עם חטוף ישראלי.
אני רוצה שתבינו שהיכולת של שר ביטחון לתת הוראות אופרטיביות בלוח זמנים שהכל קורה היא דבר מאוד מוגבל.
ניתנה הוראה לנוהל חניבל?
אני חושב שבאופן טקטי במקומות שונים ניתנה, במקומות אחרים לא ניתנה, וזו בעיה.
I think tactically in some places it was, in other places it was not, and that is a problem. That's Yoav Gallant.
Yeah, sure.
The equivalent to our Pete Hegseth, Secretary of
I know-
Defense,
I
or
know who
Secretary
Yoav
of War.
Gallant
So you have the defense guy, literally the head of the military, admitting that the Hannibal Directive was activated on October 7th, and even going further and saying it should have been activated in other places. And for those of you that are unaware, because some of you guys might be saying, what the fuck is the Hannibal Directive? The Hannibal Directive, guys, is a controversial technique that the IDF employs whenever they're under attack, where they kill Israelis, both soldiers and civilians, so that they are not captured and taken as hostages, because they understand that if any of those people make it back to Gaza and they're taken as hostages, they're going to have to go ahead and exchange anywhere between 100 to 1,000 Palestinians that are also being illegally held as hostages to get that Israeli back. So instead of dealing with that diplomatic nightmare, they'd rather just kill them. So that's your defense minister literally saying it. Denying that too?
No, I'm not denying it.
Telling you guys.
Again, no, I'm not denying
everything.
it. Again, he said in certain areas they used it. Even if so, it probably is not even close to being a fraction of the deaths in that day. Anyways, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, I mean, like I said, it is a factor because that is why you guys went into Gaza and killed hundreds of thousands of people. So it absolutely matters.
Right, of course, because they crossed the border and killed as many people as they can find. And
so that justifies killing 40,000 people by your estimate.
So first of all, before that, you're claiming that the IDF is similar to. Shut the fuck up.
Hey, guys, let him speak. Please don't harass him. Let him speak, guys.
You're talking.
Please.
You're saying that Hamas and IDF are similar for the fact that IDF or Hamas killed only 1-2 ratio on that day. I think a lot of it.
Well, I'm just saying if you're going to use modern warfare and ratios by your logic, then the IDF is doing better than Hamas is doing better than IDF.
I think the most important thing is intent, right? So Hamas's intent on that day was to kill any single person they can see, right? Any person they could find. They went into houses, they raided houses, they killed babies sleeping, they killed people sleeping. Didn't really care. They killed any person they could. Israel is not doing the same.
The goal was actually to take as many hostages as they could. That was why they went in.
It was a combination of both. You saw the videos. I'm assuming you've seen the videos.
Yeah, I've seen the videos, but like again, the main purpose was to go in there and take hostages.
It was a combination for sure. Yeah. That also happened, but they also tried to kill as many people as they can.
Meanwhile, the IDF just indiscriminately bombed Gaza and killed innocent people all over the place.
If they had the ability to kill every single person in Israel on that day, they would have done that. Israel's not doing that.
I mean, I don't even think that's really... The goal for them was to come in and take hostages and do an exchange. Meanwhile, Israel said, you know what, we're just going to level Gaza and bomb the hell out of it, not going to let them get food, we're going to just destroy it, kill everybody. So, again, I don't think what happened on October 7th justifies how Israel responded and how they leveled Gaza and killed so many innocent people. And the international community agrees with me on this, and pretty much everyone else does, that it is a genocide. Every scholar agrees with that. And then the retaliation from Israel was just unacceptable. Especially when you guys have a very good and competent intelligence community between the Mossad and the Shin Bet and the Unit 8200. How is that you guys were able to get pagers to explode in Lebanon and kill several members of Hezbollah with direct airstrikes, then also do direct airstrikes in Iran, which is miles upon miles away, kill several generals, kill several scientists, precise, do this surreptitiously, have bombs and pagers for 10 years, but you're telling me that you guys can't go ahead and do something more precise with Hamas, who's an inferior military right in your backyard, who has no military capability to the same degree as Hezbollah or IRGC. This is why I can never accept what Israel's done to Gaza and Hamas, because you guys have done far better against more sophisticated militaries. There's no excuse to kill the people you guys did.
Yeah, what do you think Israel should have done that day then?
What should have they done?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Did you know that Hamas put a deal on the table to return all the hostages back roughly on or about October 8th to October 10th in exchange for them not going into Gaza?
There were more clauses for that.
No. Literally, they were going to give all the hostages back in exchange for them not going into Gaza, because they knew that it was going to be bad, because you guys started pushing the Hasbara with the mass rapes and the beheaded babies, you know, which the Zaka organization made up that lie. And they knew that they were going to get leveled, so they said, you know what, we'll give you all the hostages back, just don't invade Gaza. And Benjamin Netanyahu refused, and they invaded anyway, because it was never about the hostages. It was about leveling the Gaza.
There should have been a retaliation. You don't think so?
Sure, they could retaliate, but retaliating in that manner, right, was just unacceptable.
So
and then
you
on top
agree
of that,
on not accepting that deal then, if there should have been retaliation?
They could retaliate, but to not accept the deal.
To that deal.
What was that?
Not if they agreed to that deal, right?
They could have done things surreptitiously like they always do.
What do you mean?
So the Mossad has the most confirmed assassinations by far. That's all they do. I mean, you guys were able to kill the leader of Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh, in Iran with a direct fucking bomb. Why can't you guys do that with the others? See, that's the point. The goal was never to actually get the hostages back. The goal was to destroy Gaza.
Part of it was to annihilate Hamas, of course.
No. It was to annihilate Gaza so that they can go ahead and take that land and turn it into beachfront property, like we've seen.
No.
That's the reality.
Well, I mean, only the future will tell.
I mean, they already have like schematics and like plans to literally turn it into like a whole resort area.
We'll see.
Kirshner Witkoff, they slipped up on 60 Minutes and admitted this. We saw the plans. Like they're selling the land right now as we speak at Jewish auctions. The goal was never to actually just eradicate Hamas. It was about eradicating all the people there, making it intolerable to live there. So you could go ahead and turn it into beachfront property to emulate what's going on in the UAE and Saudi Arabia because they're trying to make some money as well in the Middle East. So that's what's really going on. It was never about getting the hostages back. And this was actually confirmed by Israeli media. The Israel Times, someone who was a member of the families, like a representative for all the families, met with Netanyahu and members of the cabinet several times. And Netanyahu said, look, yeah, this deal came across, but we're not going to do it. We want to go ahead and eradicate Hamas. And he wanted to go ahead and continue the war. Also, he's facing a corruption trial. He doesn't want to go to jail.
I won't disagree about the fact that he's not trying to go to jail. Like I don't.
I'm
saying I'm not going to. I don't care
what do you
about
disagree
Bibi
with
Netanyahu.
in particular?
No, I'm saying I don't care about Bibi Netanyahu. Like I'm not here to protect him or say anything good
That's
about
fine,
him.
but he's the reason why we had this conflict and why it's been
It
going
would
on
have
so
happened
long.
no matter what.
I'm sorry?
It would have happened no matter what.
Well, yeah, I know. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, it probably would have happened no matter what
who it
because the Israelis don't actually want peace at all. They want to.
I completely disagree.
They want to have a Jewish state.
No, I completely.
They want peace?
No, yeah, of course.
Okay,
That's not
then
even a
why-
question.
okay.
I want peace.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Why not have a two-state solution or a one-state solution then?
I wish for a two-state solution. I hope it happens.
It's never going to happen.
I know because the other side doesn't want it as well.
Because Netanyahu and as well as the
No.
entire Knesset all pretty much agree that they want the Palestinians out of there.
That's just not true. 20% of the Israeli population is Arab.
Okay, that's a minority,
That's still a big minority.
and they still aren't treated equally.
they are
Right? No, they're not.
completely equal rights.
Yeah, but they're not treated equally culturally and
Because of
socially.
what? Systematic racism? Of course, that happens everywhere.
Yeah, but because Israelis love to throw that out there, like, oh yeah, we have 2 million Arabs. They're not treated the same
They
whatsoever.
are. They are. You just said they are.
And on top of that, like, it doesn't matter because there's millions of others that are just literally don't have any rights at all. No sovereignty, no nothing. So, look, again, Israel conducted a genocide. The entire world pretty much agrees with that, to include genocide experts. Could have they went about what they did in Gaza in a better way? Yes. Even by your own numbers, which are heavily deflated, 40,000 innocent people dead is completely unacceptable,
Terrible.
especially when we've identified that roughly 800 Israelis were killed, and we don't even know how many Hamas killed versus the IDF killed, because we know that the Hannibal Directive was actually absolutely activated that day. And then on top of that, we know that hundreds of them were killed in a manner that Hamas doesn't have the capability of doing. The Apache helicopters then burnt to a crisp in cars. Hamas doesn't have that capability.
They can blow a car up.
Not to the degree that some of those cars were destroyed.
Of course they can.
And then there's footage also released showing that they were just shooting at anyone. Because when you look at through the Apache helicopters, it's just thermal vision. So all you see is people running around. They just shot at everybody indiscriminately. So the IDF absolutely killed a significant amount of, if not hundreds, of people on October 7th and then blamed it on Hamas.
Hamas has been doing the exact same thing to their population. So even if we're claiming 60,000, I'm sure a good percentage of that is Hamas people
You
killing
mean
their
like
own people.
Hamas killing like their
Yeah,
people?
of course.
Yeah, they kill collaborators, yeah.
No, they kill any.
They kill collaborators.
No.
Like all the footage we've seen, those are all like other clans that collaborated against Hamas that they're killing. Now, again, I'm not here to apologize for them. I don't care. But the reality is, if we're going to go ahead and call a Hamas a terrorist organization, so is the IDF. I would argue the IDF is a bigger, better, well-funded terrorist organization, and they commit way more atrocities and kill way more innocent people. It's not even close.
I completely disagree.
Okay, you could disagree with facts, but the facts are the facts, and I gave the numbers, and I think everyone here that's listening probably would say I have a stronger case in this one.
It doesn't matter.